Hey everybody, welcome to another episode. So taking a break from the Buick right now. Today is Friday and I'm teaching somebody how to ride a motorcycle tomorrow. And the bike that I usually do that with is this. It's an '06 VRod, VRSCR. So it's a Harley with mid controls, liquid cooled. Engine is engineered by Porsche. And I've owned it for close to 6 years. It's done me really well. It only has, I believe, 16,000 miles. Air ride, power commander, 240 with rear tire, muscle wheels, and of course the body fairing. So I'm gonna show you how it looks after I get everything situated on it. There's two things that I wanna work on today. I wanna get the oil change, and I want to mount a new license plate bracket. So let's get into that now. So I got the oil out of the VRod and it looks okay. As far as time goes, it's been over a year with that same oil, so it's probably time to change it, but the color looks right. Let me show you the drain plug. Here's a drain plug. Looks like it's got some clutch fibers in there. Let's try to dig that out. All right, that looks better. Let's get it reinstalled. So got a bit of bad news. I did the oil change, took it, maybe to the light and back, and look, I've got 5 neutrals right now. So I'll start it up. So it looks like I need a new clutch. Joy. The oil that I used was Valvoline 2050, especially for motorcycles. So I know that there's no slip additive in it because I know that can damage clutches, but not sure what else to do, especially after we saw all that clutch material in the oil when we changed it. May have to start looking for something. We'll see. So as you saw, we did have some trouble with the VRod. Thankfully, there's always a second bike and sometimes a third in the garage that we can pivot to in case we had issues. So I'll get the VRod up on jacks and start working on that. But in the meantime, I will take out the Victory and show her how to ride on that one. Here goes. So it's about a week later and I finally have parts in. I'm getting ready to repair the VRod. Let me show you what we need to do to get the clutch out and replaced. Here are a list of tools that you need. I have a 5mm socket, 13mm wrench and socket, 17mm here. Got an assortment of DeWalt impact guns, a big socket to take off the clutch pack, and snap ring pliers. Not sure what size I need yet. I'll have that displayed at the bottom of the screen. Here is the clutch kit for VRods. This is an '06 VRSCR. So here's the part number that you'll need if you have one of these bikes. I believe it applies along the entire 1130cc engine, but it's basically all of your clutch packs in one. So you should be able just to remove this from the basket and put in your new one, and you'll be off to the races. The 17mm is to drain the oil. The 5mm is for the covers, and the 13mm should be for removing the exhaust. So I already have a line on my exhaust removed right here. I have Danmoto pipes. They're about, 6-7 years old. Work really well. There you go. That's what it looks like on the bike. A little worse for wear, but I can spray them now and give them a few more years. Let me zoom out. Here's what it looks like once you get the exhaust out of the way. Everything is really easy to reach. You'll be removing the bolts all along here. You'll remove this cover first for your, I believe this is the slave cylinder, clutch slave cylinder. All right, so once you have that off, you'll remove this, and then you'll have access to the clutch basket. From there, you can remove the snap rings and the nuts to get to it. So there's nothing to it but to do it. I'll throw you up on the stand so you can watch me work. So I got the clutch pack removed, and taking a look, here's the old one. You can see some discoloration in between some of these plates here. All of that to show that this clutch pack has been heated up and it is in good need of being replaced. If you look in between these plates, you're actually seeing friction material, and there is good friction material left. Once I get this new one back together, I'll disassemble this one and show you all what the friction plates look like. But here's a new one. Everything looks great on it. So we'll just get this bolted in and we'll get it off to the races. We're almost there. Everything was super easy getting it off of the bike, and you can replace your clutch in about 30 minutes. Really, really easy. And you didn't even have to soak this. You can just put it right on. All right, so I removed the clutch basket as an assembly just to show you what's going on. Here is the clutch basket. Here is the clutch assembly. So all of the friction plates are in here, and this is the old one. I want to show you all how the old one fits in here so you can compare it. See, everything slides in nicely. There's a little bit of a gap, maybe an 1/8 or a 1/16 of an inch, but everything falls below these tangs. When you compare that with this one, it's a little bit different. See, this final tang is supposed to be down here, but it does not fit. We're running into a situation where these tangs are just a little bit offset, so they can't fall in place. And no matter how I rotate this clutch assembly, I can't get it to sit. Now, there's also some other differences with it. This one has 5 stars on the inside, and this one only has 4. So we're running into a situation where this might not be the right clutch for this bike. On the HD Parts website, it says that it's a match, but it really isn't. So my hope is that by sending an email over to them, we can get it resolved quickly. My bike is down regardless, so I can just set it aside for now and do some more work on the Buick while I wait for their response. Hey everybody, so I'm back in the garage this week. I am with Chai. That's my sister's dog. And I've been having some issues fitting the slipper clutch into the basket. I finally got a new basket based off of some information that I got from the Harley forums. So let's open it up and see what we got. All right, unbox, unbag, and here we are. So it looks nice, new and fresh. And I have the old one right over here. That fits right in perfectly. Let's see if it fits in perfectly here. Yep, fits in perfectly there. And it's in all all positions, right? It fits in all positions. Yeah, looks like it does. There we go. Rotated a few, yeah, fits all in. So the reason why I got a new basket is I heard on the forums that if these springs are loose, then you can end up grenading the engine. So I was like, oh, well, I don't want that. Let me get a new one. And I got a really good deal on this. They're usually about 600 bucks with shipping. And thankfully I have somebody close to Sherdyke, so I was able to get this for like $450. And it just worked out to be a better deal than going with Fitzgerald or some of the other aftermarket basket options, because you still have to grind these down and all of that. But in any case, I got this and I'm looking at the new one, and these have the same looseness. So I'm going to return this and get my money back, and I'm just going to run the original clutch basket and just go along with that one. Now, what I wanted to do while I had it was try the new slipper clutch in on this and see if I get the same issue. And since the other clutch pack fits, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have the same issue here with the top tabs not aligned. Yeah, this doesn't align. So yep. So I'll return this, rebox it up, get a shipping label out, and I'll run this. What I have to do is I have to rotate these tanks just a little bit to get that top one in. So I'll do that and we'll be good to go. I'll let you know how painful that is. All right, so it's just a few minutes later and I got it to fit. I hadn't seen anybody do it on camera, so I was fearing the worst, but it went in really smoothly. What I did was I just tapped in on these tangs or on the clutch itself just to get it centered. And as soon as I did that, I was able just to wiggle it and it dropped right in. So I didn't want to record it because I knew it was going to take long and it was the awkward position. But in reality, if you just take a flat blade screwdriver and a hammer, you just tap it on that top ring and you just try to get it all centered. Like, you'll see friction material popping up on one side or the other. Just tap on that side to get it centered and rotate the tangs and it'll be good to go. Now I can get this new slipper clutch to fit in regardless of regardless of the rotation. See how it fits in there? So I'm gonna run this. This is the old basket, new slipper clutch, and we'll just rock with that and get everything back buttoned up on the bike. It's really just reverse of removal, and people recommend that you use a new nut to secure all of that on there. Let me see if I have the nut handy. So here's the nut. It's a $60 nut, so keep that in mind, but I got a new one. There's no point in trying to cheap out. If you want to reuse it, totally can. Just remember you're gonna need blue Loctite on there. You can see some Loctite on there already. So just use that and you'll be good to go. But let's get it back together. We can get it out on the road. I'm tired of looking at it sad in the garage. So need to get that thing out, and I need to choose a color. So if there's a color that you really like, let me know. I am going for like a dark blue, kind of like that Jack. I think that with the purple offset would be real Chicago Bears. So let me know what you think. But that's the color I'm leaning towards. Besides keeping it flat black, I think dark blue would really offset the orange, and I'll be able to keep the orange rotors on there. All right, back together, here we go. All right, so I lied a little bit. It's been a couple days, but I've gotten everything reassembled. Everything is refueled with oil. The exhaust is back on. Let's see how well she rips. Test drive time. Ran into a big problem with the battery, so I had to get all that recharged. It took a while, but I think it's healthy again. Only time will tell. If it drains back down, we'll have to replace her, but should be good enough for a stroll around the neighborhood.